Did you know that Jesus experienced mental health struggles? It's true. Now, before I go any further, I want to be clear that I'm not saying Jesus was mentally ill. Not at all. But that doesn't mean that he did not experience mental and emotional struggles like us. The examples we're going to look at show us that Jesus was fully human. Yes, he was fully God, but he was also fully human and experienced pain and suffering like all of us. Let's look at a few different passages that give insight into some of the very painful experiences that Jesus had. The first is a prophecy written hundreds of years before Jesus lived, but it describes what he would experience on earth. It's Isaiah 53, verses 3 through 5. It says, "He was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering and familiar with pain. Like one from whom people hide their faces, he was despised, and we held him in low esteem. Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering. Yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him, and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed." What about this one from Matthew 26, 36 through 39? "Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to them, 'Sit here while I go over there and pray.' He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, 'My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me.' Going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, 'My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will.'" Here's how Luke describes this scene. "He withdrew about a stone's throw beyond them, knelt down and prayed, 'Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done.' An angel from heaven appeared to him and strengthened him. And being in anguish, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was like drops of blood falling to the ground." If those weren't convincing enough of Jesus experiencing mental health struggles, what about when he was hanging on the cross and in a loud voice cried out to his Father, my God, why have you forsaken me?" You could argue that Jesus felt afraid because he would be without his Father soon. You could argue that he experienced anxiety, depression, immense stress, loneliness, anguish, and sorrow to the point of death. Troubled, forsaken, abandoned, sweat was like drops of blood. There's actually a medical term for sweating blood under extreme stress and anxiety called hematidrosis. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but the author Luke, who included this in his gospel, he would know because he was a physician, a doctor. He knew what he was talking about. And what do we see Jesus doing in his pain? What do we notice he did in the midst of his suffering? He sought his Father in a quiet place, and he reached out to friends to be with him and pray for him. And you know what? We can do the same. Jesus' experience of mental struggles should give us hope because guess what? God can handle our pain. He experienced the full range of human emotions. He was very familiar with suffering, and he's not afraid of your anger, anxiety, despair, depression, or shame. Go to him. He can take it. He wants to take it. I hope this video helped you realize that you're not alone in whatever difficulty you might be facing. You are not the first person to struggle with whatever it is you're going through right now. There are many men and women in the Bible who face mental health challenges, and so your experience has been experienced before. And I want you to know that God is with you and that he is for you.